The Apple Watch event just took place. And when I take a look at my Moto 360 watch, I think to myself, it's about time. It's about time we finally know what the Apple Watch is really about and what Apple is bringing to the table. Now, it's important to not be swayed by their cute materials, their cute commercials, their sweet renders that are sometimes inaccurate, but it's time to look at the facts and figure out what exactly is going on with the Apple smartwatch. My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and this is the video you guys been waiting for. This is my Apple Watch rant. All right, before I begin, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. You may call me an Android fanboy, although I have a MacBook Pro right here and an iPad in my hand. So I use all platforms. I'm a big Android guy. I love Android and also have an appreciation for Apple's products. So before you call me a fanboy, make sure you know your facts first. Also, I made an Apple rant, and I think you should watch that first before watching this video. Use the links down below or click the annotation if you're on your computer and check out my Apple rant. And just to be even and check the other side of the coin, I made a Nexus 6 rant too. That's right, guys. It's okay to not like something that, from a company you love does. It's okay. You don't have to love everything your company does. I'm not a fanboy. I'm just a person that looks at facts and I keeps it real. All right, so this next part is pretty subjective, but let's look at what a smartwatch is. Now, how should we be using this smartwatch? Like, what is the best case scenario for a smartwatch? Is it to draw pictures and send to your friends? Is it to send a heartbeat to a loved one? Is it to use it as a calculator? Is it to use to pay for things? Like, we don't know what a smartwatch is yet. And we've only had so many smartwatches come to the market already. So we're sort of guessing what a smartwatch is. But don't worry, guys. Apple is here to tell us what we're supposed to do with our smartwatches, right? So let's break something down. If you're an Apple user, you just bought a beautiful iPhone. You finally have a larger screen iPhone. I mean, your iPhone is huge. It's like a Note, right? And now you can do all these great things with your iPhone. You have Apple Pay, you have you have your Apple Health, you have this, you have that, sweet. And you also have your watch now. So how do you make these two things work together? Like, what is the best way of doing it? Is it to have your applications on your watch and your phone? So when you don't want to pull your phone out, you can load the app on your watch? Is it to open the door at your house? Like, why do you have a smartwatch if you're an Apple user? Now, for me as an Android user, Android Wear, I think, is in a perfect spot. Of course, there's some things we can talk about and work on, and that's for a different video. But I think the concept of Android Wear, and Pebble actually, is perfect. It's used for notifications. You get a message, phone's in your pocket, you check your watch. Is it important? Yes or no. Can I respond quickly? Yes or no. If it's an important message and you can't respond quickly, then what you do is you grab your phone out, type your message. If you can't respond quickly, use a pre-canned message that's built right into the watch. And there's apps out there where you can actually customize your pre-canned messages. Okay, let's say you don't want to do that. Then you can respond back with your voice. That's Android Wear. Notifications, quick notifications, and get on with your life. You're not staring at your little tiny screen on your wrist. That's not what the purpose of Android Wear is. And it seems like Apple Watch is trying to make you stare at your watch more versus getting on with your life or staring at your beautiful iPhone. Like, why is that? I really think that Apple really don't know what they're doing. I think Apple is throwing spaghetti at a wall right now and trying to figure out what actually sticks. Like, what's important to people? Like, what is this smartwatch thing? And they have a lot of gimmicky things that seems like something that only kids would like drawing pictures and sending your heart rate to people, making customized emoticons. But yet the price rate is like a premium watch. You see, Apple does things that sort of make you forget the true purpose of it. They will blind you with cutesy things and little Mickey Mouse watch hands, woohoo, and all that stuff. but they don't get down to brass tacks of things that we're looking for. Now, of course, they'll tell you the price because they have to, and you're looking at $349 for the cheapest watch that looks like a toy, and 17 grand for the gold watch that looks terrible. Look, if I spend 17 grand on a watch, it's not going to be electronic. It is not going to say Apple. It's going to be a decked out Rolex, a tag, an Audemars, something else, not a watch that has a battery that says Apple on it that will be obsolete in a year. Not doing that. A couple things that the Apple Watch, they didn't say anything about is that does it support third-party applications? Of course, there's a slew of applications that it supports already, but does it support these third-party applications? Like if I get a message on Hangouts on my Apple Watch, and Apple users use Hangout too, would I be able to respond to it from my watch? Would I be able to dismiss it from my watch? And also, how do notifications work in general? Like if I dismiss a notification on my phone, does it dismiss it from the watch? These are key elements that Apple never talks about. They don't talk about functionality. They show you some cool tips, show you some cute things, show you a couple apps, but don't really explain core functionality. It's one of those things you buy and you figure out, oh crap, it doesn't work the way I thought it will. Oh well, I'll adapt. Apple must know what they're doing. So there's some key elements that Apple did not touch on yet. And that to me is worrisome, especially if you're going to spend upwards to $17,000. I keep laughing when I say $17,000. It's like a joke. Now the funny thing is, when people see my Moto 360, they always ask the question, can I talk on it? Can I answer and receive calls? And the answer is, why? Why would I want to do that? Like, why do people think it's cool to talk on your wrist? We're not Dick Tracy here. Sorry, Samsung Knights. I know you guys are watching this video, but it's not cool to talk on your wrist. Okay. And besides, it's like Apple is promoting that, and they're really trying to bring back the old Nexus from circa 2005, where everyone's chirping with each other and it's loud and it's annoying. Don't do that, Apple. I don't want to see you talking to your wrist in public. People will think you're crazy. Now let's talk about price. I'm going to use my iPad here, and we're going to figure out the pricing scheme. I wrote this stuff down. I want to make sure I get it right for you guys. So as we know, Apple does have 3 different watches, which proves my point. They are being extremely reactive and not proactive about the smartwatch. As I said before, they don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing it out there at 3 different price extremes to see what people will bite on. The cheapest one right now is called the Sport, and it starts at $349 with that terrible neon green band. Now, if you change the band, the price can go up to almost $600. So my question is, what is in this band that can make the price go up that much more? And since it's called Sport, obviously it's made for active people, right? You know, people who mountain bike, people who swim and, do all these active things, rock climb, right? So it should have some dust proof, or should have some scratch resistant coating on it, or heck, waterproof, GPS. Huh? No, none of that? Why is it called Sport then? Why is there a watch called Sport if it doesn't have a built-in GPS? It's phone reliant. That means it has to be connected to your phone at all times for it to even function. Doesn't have waterproof, doesn't have scratch proof, doesn't have dust resistant. Then why is it called Sport? Oh, throw the word sport at the end of your cheap watch to give an excuse on why you're selling it for cheaper, because it's a sporty version and not the luxury version. Oh, that makes great sense, Apple. Apple Marketing 101 for you guys. Just throw the word sport at the end of anything and it makes it cheaper. This is supposed to be the world's most advanced smartwatch, and yet it has to be connected to your phone at all times. Now, I know some guys may argue, oh, but your Moto 360 needs to be connected to your phone too. Yes, but it's not a sport watch. The Smartwatch 3 by Sony is a sport watch. And you know what? It works without being connected to your phone. That's right. It actually works independently from your phone. It has built-in GPS, and you can also connect to it via Bluetooth headphones, which means you can go on a run and listen to music on your headphones without having your phone nearby. Now that's a true sport watch. Oh, by the way, this Moto 360, which isn't a sport, still is water resistant. Crazy. Oh, and it's $249, and Apple starts at $349. Oh, okay. Wow. Save a little money there, eh? Yeah. All right, let's stop picking on the sport version and let's go over to the Apple Watch, the non-sport version. This retails between $549 and 1,049 depending on the band. What kind of magic unicorn dust is in this band to make it increase the price that much? That is more expensive than the iPad and it's actually way more expensive than the iPad. And it's almost the price of the brand new MacBook they just unveiled, which can do a lot more things than this watch can do. Wow. So what justifies this price? And it's interesting that they could find a watch band that you put onto this watch that makes your watch that much more expensive. And yet the watch band costs as much as the metal internals and the screen and the display, which is the screen, and the speaker, the microphone, all that components in the inside, and yet the band costs more than that. Well, don't worry, Apple guys, whatever. You can buy a band off eBay or Amazon for $100 and you're good to go, right? Yeah, exactly. So Apple just does this thing where they can mark up stuff because they can, and you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it because people buy their accessories. And that's just what it is. And that's how they make a lot of money off their hardware, and they make a killing off accessories. Don't forget that. For a piece of technology that doesn't change any functionality than you do today, it doesn't add anything else, you can't do anything more than you could before without having this watch, it sure costs a lot of money. Now, you may argue with me, which it's a pretty good argument, that, hey, a watch is a luxury device. It's supposed to look nice. It goes on my wrist. And yeah, that's what I do. I wear a watch. I don't wear it for time. I just wear it to be, fashionable. Okay. So your watch is a fashion statement. I can respect that. But you're going to look like that clown who has enough money just to buy one suit. And you wear that suit every single day. That suit is no longer nice. It's just stupid that you wear the same suit every single day and you're just that guy now. Don't be that guy who wears the same suit every day. If you're buying the watch for luxury, you're buying it for how it looks and not the functionality, you can't wear the watch every day. You're going to look crazy. I have several watches and I don't wear the same ones every day because if I use the watch for luxury, if I wear the watch because how it looks, you don't wear it every single day because it's not going to look good anymore. The Moto 360 is my everyday watch because it's functional. I can dismiss notifications. I control the music while I'm in my car and all that stuff. But if I'm going out in the town, I'm putting on a real watch. I'm not going to throw on an Apple Watch because it's $1,000 and say, oh, I'm going on town, throw on my $1,000 watch. Fellas, the girls don't care. That's not going to get a girl throwing on an Apple Watch. Jeez. Look, guys, I'm running out of time, so let's just talk about the luxury Apple Watch, the one that retails between $10,000 and $17,000. Now, this is for the people who says money is no object. They want the best of the best no matter what. Spending 10 grand on a watch is a drop in a bucket, right? But it also says, I want to be cheesy. I can't see a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company wearing an Apple Watch. No one would take him seriously. Seriously, if you're in a business meeting with a CEO of a company and he has an Apple Watch on and this guy doesn't work for Apple, you would think he's a kid because the Apple Watch's functionality is childish. Sending pictures, Mickey Mouse watch face, sending your heartbeat to someone, making emoticons. That is not something an adult professional would use. With that being said, this is a kid's watch, and I don't know why they're trying to sell a kid's watch for $17,000. Look, guys, you can make a decision on what you want to do, but you're going to look like a clown walking around with an Apple Watch on, and you're an adult. You're going to have all these kids functionality, all this toy stuff in your hand. You're crazy. Hey guys, I'm just having fun with these rants, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy them as much as I do. Have a lot of fun writing these rants and doing these rants. And, we're just trying to have fun on the internet here. That's all we're doing. So guys, if you like this style of video, if you like my rants, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I do rants. I do opinionated pieces. Try to have fun on the YouTubes. You know what I mean? If you want to see reviews that I do, you can check me out on AndroidAuthority.com. I do reviews there of Android products and general technology stuff. Also follow me on Twitter at TechNinjaSpeaks. Hit me up on Instagram at TechNinjaSpeaks and follow me on Google+. As always, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. Wishing you guys have a happy day and don't buy the Apple Watch. Peace. Yeah. kind of magical unidust or what kind of what kind of magic unicorn dust is in this band to make it increase the price that much?